Having a normal job, a 9 to 5, isn't necessarily bad. The real question is how much time, energy, freedom, and potential you are trading for stability. I'm pushing 30. I'm currently 28 years old, and I work as an electrician. The minimum hours I put in a week is 40, but in reality, it's sometimes over 50 hours. I work for a small company, and generally we have a good team. People have each other's backs and we help each other out. The job isn't necessarily terrible, but if my job isn't even that bad, why do I sometimes feel trapped by it? The good side of having a job. Stability. You have a steady income. Bills, food, other things in your life are covered. It's also predictable. You know what to do, you know when to clock in, and so on. It's also safe compared to running a business. Structure. You usually know what you're doing that day or that week. Get told what needs to be done and also what needs to be prioritized first. And if you perform well and take on more responsibilities, a good company will reward it through salary, other job opportunities, or easier to take holidays off when you want them. You can generally leave when the workday ends. Someone else is carrying the bigger business responsibilities for you. The social aspect. You have daily interaction with people. In my case, we have a small team, but the teamwork is really good. People who work together and have each other's backs, they help out each other when needed. You can also build friendships, connections that are work related and also outside of work as well. Something to grow into. Your job or work doesn't have to be your passion. You can still develop skills, experience, and take on responsibility. You can become better and more valuable over time. Having a job as a starting point provides money while exploring side hustles or other projects. Your salary can be used as a financial safety net. You don't need to skip the matrix immediately. You can use your job to build towards something else. While still working, build up your skills, discipline, and experience. There is something comforting about clocking out and knowing the responsibility is not yours anymore. The real cost, time and energy. 40 hours doesn't sound like much until you think about what it actually takes. 40 hours a week, that's around 2080 working hours a year, depending on holidays and time off. 50 hours weeks are even more. And then you have commuting to work, getting ready, cooking, showering, etc. Work doesn't just consume hours, it consumes energy. After a full workday, you have less energy for your hobbies, less energy for family and friends, less motivation for personal projects, less energy to actually enjoy your free time. It's easy to spend your evening eating, doom scrolling, gaming, watching something on YouTube, sleep, and repeat. The cost is not just the hours you're physically at work. It is what those hours do to the rest of your day. You don't choose your co-workers. Unlike friends, you don't choose who you work with. Random people thrown together because everyone needs money. Sometimes you have great co-workers, great teamwork. People have your back and you got theirs. Other times, lazy and or toxic people, weird personalities, constant complainers, people who don't take responsibility, people trying to climb the hierarchy and doing everything to benefit themselves. People who backstab or throw others under the bus. People projecting their own problems onto others. You can't just decide you're done with them. You still have to show up Monday because you have bills to pay. An adult workplace are sometimes still like high school. People get older, but that doesn't automatically make them more emotionally mature. Workplaces can still have gossip, favorites, jealousy, competition, people and their egos, people trying to impress the boss, with other words, a lot of ass licking, people having grudges, people just displaying nasty behaviors. Other people bring their childhood experiences, insecurities, their egos, unresolved problems, personal frustrations into work. And nobody is perfect. We are all adults, but we are still people. And sometimes you are dealing with someone else's problem simply because you happen to be at the same place and time. The ceiling. Money and value. As an employee, you're generally trading time and your skills for money. You can work harder, become more skilled, take on more responsibility, get raises, become specialized, move into management, but there can still be a ceiling. You can become extremely valuable to a company without becoming wealthy from that value. Business ownership can have more upsides because you own part of the value created. But owning a business is way more risky. You have way more responsibility, less guaranteed income, and most probably more than 40 hours a week. You are responsible when things go wrong. I'm not saying jobs are bad and business is good. It's about the different trade-offs. Less freedom. As an employee, someone else largely decides when you start, when you finish, where you work, what you are doing, what you need to be done, all the deadlines. To some extent, when you take holidays. They even decide when you're allowed to take a shit. The point is, you don't fully control your own time. That is probably one of the biggest differences between having a job and having more independence. The main question is the trade worth it? A job gives you money, stability, structure, experience, social interactions, and security. But you give up time, energy, freedom, potential income, sometimes peace of mind. The job itself is not necessarily the problem. It's a trade. You are trading a portion of your life and freedom for money and stability. And that is completely fine if you're happy with the trade. It is worth asking, is this trade still worth it for me? My personal perspective. I'm currently 28, working, pushing 30. I don't really have the answer yet. I'm still figuring out what kind of life I actually want. I'm experimenting with things on the side. One of those experiments are these videos, exploring what kind of life I actually want, rather than simply accepting whatever I'm given. I don't necessarily hate working. I just don't want to wake up one day and realize I spent my entire life on autopilot. You only get so many weeks. Once you spend one of them, you don't get that week back.